Nelly Carreño. It is not a first alert weather day, but we are looking at a cold front that will move through on Saturday morning, and I want to get you ready for that. The temperature will drop. Thursday, today, and tomorrow will be beautiful days. At least we're not looking at any severe weather or thunderstorms, and that's why it's beautiful. However, it will be breezy today and windy tomorrow, and we will have quite a bit of humidity. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect, not only in the next couple of hours, but also in the next couple of days. We're going to start with a 24-hour rainfall because we did have some severe storms. If you live in Johnson County, Ellis County, Hood County, Kaufman, you're probably saying, what severe weather? I barely got any rain. In DFW Airport, we got 100th of an inch of rain yesterday. So very, very little in places like Tarrant and Dallas. We did get some light rain, some showers, some thunderstorms that were not severe in some areas like Collin County, but the areas that are shaded in blue and green and a little bit of yellow, those are the areas that got the heaviest rain, the largest hail. We had a hail in some parts of North Texas. There was about ping pong size hail. So very strong storms with gusty winds and heavy downpours in places like Jack County, Wise County, Montauk, Cook, Grayson. Also in Denton, take a look at central areas of Denton. They got anywhere between 1 to an inch and a half of rain out of those cells that went through. But the areas where we really needed the rain over to the east, places like Sulphur Springs and Mineola, they just did not get any rain. But we do have that second possibility that will be Saturday morning. Now, why do I say they need the rain? Take a look at the drought monitor. Of course, we get the newest information every Thursday morning. So this is new information, but it doesn't take into account what happened yesterday because the cutoff time is on Tuesday morning. So it hasn't updated with that amount of rain. However, over to the east, you can see that red area. That is an extreme drought for Sulphur Springs and Paris and Mineola and Athens. Henderson County is really hurting for rain. It's an extreme severe to extreme drought in that area. And then south of the Metroplex, we have dry conditions. Now notice we don't have a color for most of Tarrant and Dallas and Denton and Wise, and that's because we don't have dry conditions. We've had a lot of rain on and off in the last couple of weeks. Thankfully, we haven't seen a lot of severe weather so far this spring. And the risk for severe weather on Saturday is very limited, very low. So that's also good news. So we need the rain in areas like Henderson and Johnson and Ellis, Hill County as well. And hopefully we'll see some of that on Saturday. As I zoom out, you can see the rest of Texas. Southern areas in San Antonio, they've been in drought conditions for a while now, and they really do need some rain. That stronger burgundy color means exceptional drought, which is the worst type of drought on the scale from 1 to 5. And so they need some rain down in South Texas. But today we'll have filtered sunshine. We have some cloud cover out there. We started off with a lot of fog in places like Montauk County, Wise County. That continues to burn off. It feels like 71. It's muggy out there. The temperature is 71, but that humidity, it's still with us. Now we've been watching a dry line that's been to our west. That snuck up on us yesterday. It got pretty close, and that's why we had enough lift to see those strong to severe storms northwest of the Metroplex. But now it has gone back to West Texas, and so we are once again in that humid sector. We actually never got out of it, but you see where it is. It is just east of Lubbock, over to the west of San Angelo, and that's important because once again, that's the barrier between very dry air and very humid air. 73 is the dew point in Austin. Obviously, that's the way that we measure the humidity. But you don't see dew points in the 70s unless you're in a tropical area. Once again, if you live in Costa Rica or Miami or anywhere like that, you see those dew points. And behind it, extremely dry. Lubbock is at 19 for the dew point. So that's why if you get a disturbance in the upper levels of the atmosphere, then with that dry front, it will trigger showers and thunderstorms. So that is going to stay west of us. And what we're looking ahead to is this front. It's a cold front that is just northwest of Denver and up in the mountains of Montana. It is causing some winter weather, if you can believe it. It's snowing in the mountains over in Montana. Very cold air behind it. Idaho also seeing some snow up in the higher elevations, and it will bring colder air towards our area. We're going to drop to the 40s by the time we get on to Sunday morning, and it will also wipe away not only the heat but the humidity too. So we've been waiting for that. We've had a southerly flow for several days now. So as we close in, you can see where our cloud cover is. Plenty of clouds over Collin County, Dallas County, Kaufman, Rockwall, over into Hunt County, but lots of sunshine in Tarrant County, Wise, Denton, over to the west. And that's what we'll see today. Intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm conditions between 86 to 87 for the high today. Muggy out there, a little bit breezy. The winds are fairly light right now, and then tonight we won't cool down a lot. It's going to be a mild night, a muggy night, but a quiet night. So if you're looking for a good night's sleep, especially if you live in Bridgeport, Bowie, Gainesville, and Denton, where it was a little bit active during the early parts of the night, tonight will be a quiet night. It's a good night for sleeping in. Now you can see tomorrow for the high will be close to 85. The average is 75, and that's so important. We've been in the 80s and upper 70s for so long that we forget that we're still supposed to have relatively comfortable temperatures, 75. But the high will be 85, and then the big drop. On Sunday morning, we're looking at 46 degrees. The average low is 56. So we'll go from above average high temperatures to below average low temperatures. And the point of this graphic is on Sunday morning, when you step out, you really need to bundle up. If you're headed out to church, if you're headed out for a jog, if you're headed out to take the kids to a soccer game or anything like that, you will need a jacket. And I get cold easily. 46 definitely sounds cold to me. Now, this shows the Futurecast, what we can expect hour by hour, and we'll start with midday tomorrow, Friday. Notice those little arrows coming in from the south, and they're a little more active, going a little faster. That means that it will pick up the wind. It's going to be breezy to almost windy, and we'll have clouds and sunshine throughout our Friday. I would say more clouds than sunshine, especially at night. You can see there 10 p.m. it's going to be cloudy, but that will also trap in the warmth from the day. So it's going to be another mild night Friday into Saturday until the front comes in. Now the front will sneak in during the morning hours, very early morning hours, between 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and it will cross the Metroplex right between 5 and 6 in the morning. Now notice how we have some showers and thunderstorms. That little red represents stronger downpours. Well, that will be when it first moves in, and then once it passes, the cold air will make it almost impossible to have strong activity. And so we'll have just some leftover showers, but that's 7 in the morning. And I know many of you have Saturday morning plans, and so we will still have some shower activity 7, 8 o'clock. Now, something we have to watch is this particular model is showing the front stalling in our southeastern counties by Athens and Mineola and that whole Navarro, Henderson area. If it does stall there, that means we would have continued showers and thunderstorms during Saturday afternoon in those areas, and that would ruin our Saturday afternoon, obviously, if you live in Corsicana and Waxahachie, Athens, Mineola. So we just have to watch that and make sure there's nothing blocking it from continuing to move to the southeast. I doubt that will happen only because we have quite a bit of cold air, a cold air pool that will push that through, but I'm going to take a second look at that particular model. I don't trust it too much. Okay, severe threat for Saturday morning, and it does say late Friday night because it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning is included, but it's a level 1 for Dallas-Fort Worth, and then it does go up to a level 2 when you get north of Bowie and extreme northwestern areas like Clay County, for example. But most of us are level 1, and if you live in Terrell and Corsicana and Tyler, Mineola, you're not even in the level 1. So it's very, very low temperatures on Sunday morning. This is an important graphic. Now, I know I said 46, that's because it's in Fort Worth. The warmest spot will be downtown Dallas. So if you live in downtown Dallas, probably will only drop to 50, but otherwise you really need to be aware of that temperature in the morning, 41 in Gainesville, Bowie. I mean, you're almost in the upper 30s in places like Bowie and Gainesville and Graham. So it's going to be a chilly morning, especially compared to the warmth that we've had. So this is what you need to dress for as you head out on Sunday morning. But you can leave that umbrella behind because we don't have the chance of rain on Sunday. It's going to be a gem. If you haven't made any plans for Sunday, it's looking really, really good. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s. The wind's going to start to die down. No mugginess. It's going to be dry air over us. So Saturday afternoon will still look good. I know that the Fort Worth Art Festival is happening all weekend. So I think Sunday would be the best way to go if you are headed to that. So how's it looking regarding rain chances and storm chances for the next 6 days? Well, you can see today and tomorrow we're looking good. Now, some of our models today, they're spitting out a isolated thunderstorm extremely towards the northwest, places like Nocona, and Bowie, Jack County, maybe northern areas of Jack County. I don't think that's going to happen, but if we see anything today, it would be extremely isolated, extreme northwest. Tomorrow, looking good, looking dry, just muggy and warm. Saturday, 50. Remember, that's morning into the early afternoon. Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday of next week, 20 to 30% chance. Now, how much rain will we see out of that front? Not a lot. I would say between 1/10 of an inch to a little more than 1/4 of an inch for most of North Texas. Now, I hope this verifies for Greenville and Sulphur Springs, because remember, those are the areas that have that extreme drought. But I really think in general, it will be between 1/10 of an inch to about 1/4 of an inch that we'll see. Obviously, where one of the stronger storms sets up, we could see a little bit more. So this is the SPC for today across the nation, and it's important because our friends over in the Midwest has just really had it rough the last couple of days, especially people that lived in Iowa, Kansas, and Nebraska, over into Illinois and Michigan and Wisconsin. There's been numerous reports of tornadoes, damage due to tornadoes. People were injured, places like Kansas over the last week. Now that threat shifts towards the Northeast, so they can finally breathe in the Midwest. However, in the Northeast, you need to be aware of that possibility. Places like Pennsylvania, Vermont, also New York, over into Tennessee, eastern areas of Kentucky, and over also in places like Arkansas. You can see central and northern Arkansas are in that orange area. That means they could see numerous severe storms in Arkansas today. And then west of our area, we could see some activity. Our 7-day forecast today, 87, looking dry, muggy, breezy for Friday, between breezy and windy. And then on Saturday morning, we get that front that comes in, showers and a couple of thunderstorms, very low threat for severe weather. 67 for the high, so much cooler, and breezy also in the afternoon with that wind switching around from the south to the north. We're watching it, and that's why we have that watching tag on there. We just want to make sure that our latest information doesn't bring the storms a little bit stronger or lingering where they could just ruin the afternoon as well. So we're watching that possibility. And then on Sunday, 73, it will be a cool start. Remember, we're going to start off in the 40s. Monday, 69, cloudy. Morning showers on Tuesday, about a 20 to 30% chance, so most of us won't see those showers. And then on Wednesday, we go back to 80. I will have more information regarding the forecast live at 11 o'clock on CBS Texas, so make sure that you watch us live on TV as well. And then after that, we'll have numerous newscasts throughout the afternoon and evening with the latest information on that cold front on Saturday. Thank you.